Alright, Chapter 7 of Bakugou Has a Sister, Soft Bakugou AU. Third person prove. The room was silent. I'm not going to ask again, Bakugou breathed deeply. Who the hell hurt my sister? His voice held so much venom, everybody in the room instantly flinched. You have a sister? Bakugou's eyes were blurred out of their sockets. The same with everyone else in his class. Yeah, now is someone gonna ask me my question? It was the purple man, the girl cried, her voice muffled by the friend of Bakugou's shirt. His eyes zoned internally Mineta. Sue me, why don't you go in Zoe's back? To your room, he smiled and knit down beside his sister, sniffed and nodded. Another small girl walked over and patted her shoulder comfortably. If the class wasn't already about to pass out from the kisses, this really did it. Bakugou's cousin was smiling. Can you guys also go back to your room? Kit Kat has to take care of something. If it was possible, the class eyes got wider, their jaws were on the floor. Kit Kat? Otorako choked. Yeah, Bakugou scrawled to the class. Was used to fell back to place on his face, but his eyes were burning with anger. You got a problem with that, pink cheeks? No! Otorako immediately apologized. The face Bakugou was making was scaring her more than she would ever have thought it was possible. Good! He snarled and scanned the sea of faces. Mineta was frequently trying to hide, but despite his awful effort, Bakugou's eye fell upon him. Mineta. The class screamed on the side. Even those who weren't usually affected by him, Kirishima was actually scared of Bakugou at the moment. Though Todoroki was most surprised, there was a lingering worry of fear. You're fucking dead. Time skip. Bakugou just finished beating Mineta into a plot. An entire class was scolding outside the field. What? Bakugou asked, sneering at all the Bakugou asked, nearly all of the looks he was getting from his class. You have a sister? Everyone screamed. Yeah, so what? Fuck off. But everyone interrupted, each trying their own question. Quiet! Bakugou yelled. All the students shut up, looking at him, confusion and discipline. I'm not gonna answer shit you ask. Bakugou powed before anyone could remember. I live here. I have a sister, and if you ever breathe wrongly in their direction, I won't hesitate to blow your asses all the way into the sun. Bakugou grinned mentally. In a small explosion to exhaust some fun. His classmate gulped and nodded. Good. He turned around and stalked away back into the building. Once he was out of sight, Deku poked up. Okay, what the heck was that? He has a sister? Interrupted McLean. He never told any of this. Kirishima produced it. He lived with his parents when we were little, Deku commented. Does that mean Todoroki put it all together? The phone call, the tightness, the luck. Effect of training. The teens looked down, and how did he notice? One of his own classmates, almost friend, he even Bakugou wouldn't admit it, lived in an orphanage, and he didn't even know. Mr. Ozawa. Deku looked at their teacher. Did you know about this? No. Mr. Ozawa couldn't believe it himself. His own student lost his own parents, and he didn't even notice. When his form was submitted to the school, it was showed that he lived with his parents, so it had to happen when he was attending UA. But how? And it shouted apparently because in India, most of hot-headed classrooms live with a 6-year-old, and partly because of the carelessness of the school. Because Mr. Ozawa looked at India, laying everything out in front of the writer's face. It's happened this year. This guilt in their hearts just expanded upon hearing this. Kachan, Deku's eyes teared. Alright, that was chapter 7. Alright, now let's go to chapter 8. I don't know how many chapters there are, but I'm guessing there's a lot. Alright, chapter 8. The third person prove. Lunchtime, Bakugou shouted throughout the house. The laughter of the pitter-patter of the children feet echoed in the house. Don't make a mess, Bakugou scolded, looking at a few kids in particular. You got it, Cat. Okay, Kit Kat. Bakugou just laughed at the sound ringing to the teens' ears. The day just kept getting more and more surprising. Where's Liam? One of the older kids asked, eating the pasta in front of her greedily. He's still at school. He'll come back later. Then why are you here? The younger one wore the most adorable, confused face ever. Bakugou's ruffled their hair. I'm here on a field trip, but I have to leave soon. 'cause and why sounded around the table. Whoa, the UA students thought they must really like him. Hey, Bakugou chuckled. I'll be back later. I'll still live here, the kids celebrated, but Bakugou's classmates stood off to the side, the guilt slipping back into their deeper than before. Are you guys just gonna stand there, huh? Kirishima shaking off his own self-guilt. Bakugou rolled his eyes from his stupid friend's stupidity. Huh, Kieran? Oh, I already said that. Are you just gonna stand there like idiots, or are you just gonna get a plate and eat? The class noticed the extra plates on the table from the first. Deku stumbled over his words. Just eat. Bakugo sighed, sitting down next to some of the younger kids. Are you sure, Mr. Ozawa? We don't need to interrupt anything. Just eat, Bakugo said more forcibly. If you say so. Mina carefully pulled onto the wooden chair out and sat down, grabbing one of the metal forks, tasting the pasta. Her eyes lit up immediately, started crunching down as much as she could. Whoa, Cyril explained. Slow down, you gotta choke. It's so good, Mina managed to say, with the cheeks stuffed with food. Thanks, Bakugo wiped some of his tomato sauce off the Tyler's chin. I made it myself. The class student again. Mina actually choked on the food. What? Bakugo shrugged. It's gonna get cold, you know. Everyone collected their bearings and screamed into the empty seat. Once the first spoonful food went to each of their mouths, their food was gone within minutes. That was delicious, Momo wiped her mouth politely. Thanks. When did you learn how to cook? Deku smiled. Oh, Bakugo turned around. My mom taught me. He caught himself quickly and put on a fake face. The memories from when his mom first taught him how to cook floated in his head, bringing small drops into his eyes. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so fast at this. I'm sorry. Taught him how to cook floated into his head, bringing small droplets into his eyes. Oh, sorry, Deku apologized. It's fine. Bakugo brushed it off and started loading the empty plates into the sink. Go wash your hands. Bakugo headed the kids into the bathroom and then headed to the sink to wash the plates. Hagorhi shyly spoke up. Question. Shoot. Why are you doing all this? I mean, shouldn't the person in charge, Miss Parker, be cleaning and cooking the kids? Bakugo sighed and put down the spoon. She doesn't do shit around here. The class eyes widened for what felt like a million times that day. What do you mean? Mr. Izawa narrowed his eyes. I mean, Bakugo, and all she does is own the building. She only keeps us around for the money, and she gets from the government. How could she? Deku demanded. Don't ask me. Deku shrugged, drying off the last plate. We're done. One of the little kids scrambled into the dining room, making a smile grant Bakugo first once more. It was kind of a surprise in how quickly he went from being the mean and ignorant asshole that was the class, knew the kind, loving big brother. Good job. You guys could go outside and play. Kit Kat just needs to talk to his classmates. Okay, the kid laughed. Bakugo trailed him until his vision. Aw, the girl scolded. What? You're so nice to them. That's what I'm saying. Why can't you be like this with us? Human and wine. You want me to say that again? Bakugo entered his palm and then a grin spread across his face. Nothing like a grin and smile though saw earlier. No thanks. Karen shrunk back into a head behind Shiro. Really, bro? Shiro looked cremated disappointedly. Hey, Kirishima pouted. It's better than you and then me. Oh, it's on. Sarah started chasing Karen, waving their classmate who confused about what you just witnessed. Shut it! Bakugo yelled. The two shipped the stopped and gulped. Yes. You two are too darn loud. Bakugo mumbled. Let's just go outside. The two boys sighed in relief, only slowed outside and head by both Jiro and Mr. Ozawa. Ow. They both rubbed the back of their heads, following the rest of the class out. Door. Kit Kat! The children yelled, spinning over to him. They stepped outside. Hey guys, come play with us. One of the girls who eerily called. Bakugo's sister dragged him towards the small group of both girls and boys. I'm coming, Tsuyumi. I'm coming. Bakugo chuckled. The UA students sat down in a small porch, watching who they thought that was the most closed-off, angry, stiff person in the world. Actually turned out to be a nice Karen. Who would have guessed? Kirishima wandered around, looking at his friends, chasing the kids around the yard, laughing and smiling the whole time, looking so carefully. A soft Bakugou. Alright, that was 7 and 8. I gotta see if he is gonna have another chapter, and yes, this person does. So I'm gonna make more. My voice hurts from today. So adios. Hope you have a nice day and all. Hee hee da do.